We're doing two of the surveys that we've done. One of them being the wrangles in Meru County and Kenyan's take on the committee. Let's proceed, right? So we're going to start on the survey on the unending wrangles in Meru County, and we'll take you through the methodology that we applied. We had a sample size of 2,509 respondents across 9 constituencies in Meru. The margin of error was 1.88. Kindly take note, the margin of error was 1.88, a plus or a negative. The medium of data collection was one-on-one interviews, and the sampling technique was the use of ODK, which is an open data kit collection method. Dates of sampling 25th September to 5th October 2023. The survey sponsors were Timely Kenya. Kindly note, only Meru residents who were of the age of 18 years were allowed to take part in this survey. So we have the findings in general for the county, and as we proceed, we'll be trickling it down to the constituency. So in the whole county, 68.7% of the people who were conducted on this survey were of the idea that she should be impeached. 26.7% felt there was no need for her to be impeached. 2.9% were undecided. 1% don't know, and 0.7% had no answer. We'll proceed now to the data on the constituencies, and we'll start with Imenti South. 61% of the people in Imenti South thought it was right for Honorable Kawira Mwangaza to be impeached. 35% of the people felt there was no need for her to be impeached. 3% were undecided, 0.8% don't know, and 0.2% had no answer to this. Let's proceed. Central Imenti. 68% of the people in Central Imenti felt the need of her to be impeached from office. 26% felt there was no need for her to be impeached. 4% were undecided, 1% don't know, and 1% had no answer to this. The next constituency was North Imenti. 64% of the people felt the need for her to be impeached. 30% felt there was no need for her to be impeached. 3% were undecided, 2% don't know, 1% had no answer to this. Buri constituency. 51% of the people felt the need for her to be impeached. 46% no need for the impeachment. 2.2% they were undecided. 0.6% don't know, and 0.1% had no answer to this. Tigania West constituency. 67% of the people felt there was a need for her to be impeached. 28% of the people felt there was no need. 3% were undecided. 1.8% don't know. 0.2% had no answer to this. Tigania East constituency in Meru County. 74% of the people felt there was a need for her to be impeached. 22% no need for the impeachment. 2.8% don't know, 1% no answer to this. We proceed. Igembe Central constituency. 79.9% felt the need for her to be impeached. 15% of the people no need for the impeachment. 3% were undecided. 2% don't know. 0.9% no answer. Igembe South constituency. 84% of the people felt the need for her to be impeached. 10.4% no need to be impeached. 4% were undecided. 1% don't know. 0.6% had no answer to this. Igembe North. 70% were of the idea for her impeachment. 28% no need for her to be impeached. 1.9% were undecided on where to be. 1% don't know, and 0.1% had no answer to this. So we went down and asked them, do you think the MCAs are going to impeach her or they'll drop the motion? And these were the results. 88% of the people we asked thought yes, the MCAs were going to impeach her. 10% felt like they wouldn't, so they gave an answer to no, and 2% didn't know what the MCAs were going to decide. The reasons for the MCAs to impeach her were as follows. They had gathered enough evidence for her impeachment process. Some of them felt that she was cajoling them to dance to her tune in order to get developments in their wards. She was not allowing them to take or launch projects in their wards. For example, the governor is everywhere doing what MCAs are supposed to do, something simple like giving out water pipes. The fourth reason was cases of corruption and nepotism, and the fifth one was she has let Meru County down. The reasons for MCAs not to impeach her were as follows. She has done nothing wrong. It's just 2027 politics play, and the governor will buy some MCAs to disable the 2/3 threshold. The likely possibilities if the motion was further to the Senate were as follows. 83.7% thought the Senate was going to impeach her. 12.2% thought the Senate was going to save her, and 2% were undecided on what the Senate was going to do. 2.1% did not know, or rather they did not care. The reasons for the Senate to impeach her were as follows. Second time, and she was warned. His Excellency President Ruto and his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua, won't intervene this time. The grounds for impeachment are apparent. Senators will feel guilty for disappointing Meru people for the second time. The reasons for Senate to save her. The Senate is a sober house and won't entertain any emotions. No enough grounds for her impeachment. She has money, it will protect her. A miracle might happen. Impeachment in the Supreme Court. If it was further taken there, this is what the people felt would happen. 55% thought the court will concur with the Senate ruling to impeach her. And 42% of the people felt like she will be reinstated by the court and be taken back to office. 2% did not know, and 1% don't care. Has Governor Mwangaza followed Senators' instructions that were previously issued? We asked this to the people, and these were their responses. 78% of the people felt like she hadn't, so it was a no from them. 20.5% of the people felt like yes, she had adhered to what was issued. 1% don't remember the instructions, and 0.5% of the people refused to give us an answer to this. The distribution per clusters. There are two regions in Meru County, that is Nyambene and Imenti. And in Nyambene region, 86% of the people felt like no, she was not going to be impeached. And 12% of the people were of yes, 1% don't remember, 1% no answer. In Imenti region, 70% were of the notion yes, 20% were of the notion yes, 70% are of the notion no, 29% are of the notion yes, and 1% do not remember. We had all the answers from Imenti region. According to the people, Governor Mwangaza's biggest blunders were 90% of the people felt like her respondents think she lacks the emotional intelligence and she has a sharp tongue. 83% of the people feel like she works alone, never recognizes other leaders. 79% of the people feel her fallout with her deputy governor and the CS Linturi, who hails from Nyambene, could be one of her biggest blunders. 65% of the people feel like her naivety, her big-headedness, and she's too petty. 65% of the people feel like micromanaging of the county governance. She was micromanaging it. 64% presence of Murega Baichu annoys some of the people there. 60% of the people uneven resources distribution, and 59% lack of sustainable developments in the county. That was it on that survey. Will allow us to proceed to the second survey. This is the survey on Kenyans' take on the National Dialogue Committee. The methodology applied in this survey was, we had a sample size of 3,661 respondents across the country, a margin error of 2.97, a plus or a minus. The medium of data collection was computer-assisted telephone. I hope you understand what that is. Medium of data collection again is computer-assisted telephone interviews. Date of sampling was from 1st October to 5th October 2023. Survey sponsors Timely Kenya Limited. So the findings on take of National Dialogue Committee, 61.3% of the people thought it was a waste of time. 34% thought it was going to achieve the purpose that it was created for. 3% felt like there will be a differ during report writing between the members of the committee because of their differences. 1% felt like it was a tax feasting avenue, and 0.7% really did not care about this committee or whatever it is it was there to do. So we are going to do distribution per region. In Nairobi, 53% of the people felt like it was a waste of time. 39% of the people felt like this committee was going to achieve its purpose. 5% felt like it was a tax feasting avenue, and 3% don't care. In the Mount Kenya region, we have 68% of the people who feel like it was a waste of time. 23.8% feel like it was going to achieve their purpose. 6.2% of the people feel like it's a task feasting avenue, and 2% don't care. In the Lower Eastern region, 62% felt like it was a waste of time. 33% felt like this committee was going to achieve its purpose. 4.2% it was a tax feasting revenue, and 0.8% don't care. In the Northeastern region, 72% of the people felt like it was a waste of time. 24% it will achieve its purpose. 3% tax feasting avenue. 1% don't care. In the coastal region, we had 58.9% of the people who felt like it was a waste of time. The 38% felt like it will achieve its purpose. 2% it was a tax feasting avenue, and 1.1% don't care. In the Rift Valley region, 84% of the people felt like it was a waste of time. 12% felt like it was going to achieve its purpose. 2.5% it was a tax feasting avenue. 1.5% don't care. In the Nyanza region, 43% felt like it was a waste of time. 52.9% it was going to achieve its purpose. 3% tax feasting avenue. 1.1% don't care. In the Western region, 50% felt it was a waste of time. 49% it was going to achieve its purpose. 1% it was a tax feasting avenue, and 0% don't care. The key observations in this survey were as follows. The Kenyans feel the question of high cost of living is not being addressed. Majority from the opposition strongholds feel elections inequalities will be tackled, as you have seen from the data we've given you. Open divisions among committee members discouraging Kenyans. Time is short and some views will be locked out. The demographics were as follows. 52% of the people were female and 48% were male. From the rural areas it was 60% and 40% from county, towns and cities. The age distribution was as follows. 18 to 30 years was at 20%, 31 to 40 years of age was at 25%, 41 to 50 was at 30%, 51 to 60 was at 16%, 61 to 70 was at 6%, 71 to 80 was at 3%. The level of education of the people we had on this survey was, as secondary level was 40%, Primary level was 25%, tertiary level was 25%, no formal education was 10%. And that's it. Thank you.